Welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Lauren Hill. I'm joined here with Ken Oda and Edward Neiman, and we are getting ready for the Tauros and the North Iowa Bulls in Mason City tonight. Edward, you were on the call for last night's dominating win against North Iowa. What was the mood like around the team after?
Oh, it was really good. I think, anytime you put up 7 goals, it's the mood's going to be great. I think the biggest thing, though, last night for the Toros is the start that they got off to. Under 2 minutes into the game. It was Jack O'Hannison finding the back of the net. And, coaches talked about it all season long. The start is so important for this team in terms of the trajectory of how these games go. And when the Toros do get off to good starts, things typically end up going well. And, I think another thing, too, is we didn't know too much about this North Iowa team. Obviously, last year, a rough year for them. But already off to a better start this year. They were coming off a win over Aberdeen's first loss. We didn't know what to expect out of this North Iowa team, but really top to bottom, the Toros roster showed that they picked up right where they left off last year and continue to find success against this team.
Yeah, Edward, you mentioned O'Hannison right off the bat, and he was your player to watch yesterday with good reason. I mean, you look at what he's done against the Bulls the last 2 seasons. No points against them in his first 6 career games, his rookie year against them. But since then, he had, going into last night, 7 goals and 6 assists last season in just 8 games. And then last night, he ends up tacking on a goal and an assist. So he now has 16 points in his last 9 games against North Iowa.
It's an awesome stat. I love that. Hopefully he can continue that tonight, add on another goal. Moving on, we're going to the Farmers Union Insurance recap of last game, so last night. So let's take a look back at our 7-1 win.
Yeah, so take a look at all these goals, and obviously 7 of them, a great majority of them coming just across the board, top to bottom, a really balanced performance for the Toros. We mentioned a minute 54 into the game, it was Jack O'Hannison with his 2nd goal on the year. Talk about him getting off to at least a start in terms of scoring goals. Well, he showed it last night with his 2nd of the year. Then it was Ian Spencer right before the first intermission, finding his 2nd of the year. Helpers on that one from John Small and Marvin Cordes. And then the second period, it was quick scoring once again. And Ben Acoin, his first goal on the year, as he got the Toros to a 3-0 lead. Just as I mentioned, just right into the beginning part of that second period. Then it was Jesse Uhales. He continues to find the back, and then his 7th of the year. Billy Batten and Jack O'Hannison on the assists. The Bulls did answer before that second intermission, courtesy of Liam Bard, his 2nd on a year to cut into that Toro lead. But the Toros recovered in the 3rd period. Leo Tabulis found the Toros, what would that be, their 5th goal on the night. And then Ian Spencer with the 6th, John Small with the 7th goal as the Toros cruised to a 7-1 victory. Really all good things coming out of this game for the Toros offensively and defensively. Lucas Fedin saved 15 of 16 shots on net, so a good performance in net for him as well. So all around, I think a lot of optimism coming out of this game for the Toros.
Yeah, big point night for John Small, a goal and 3 assists. Spencer, 2 goals and an assist. Dress, the new kid, with 2 helpers. I think 12 total Toros in the lineup had points last night. Top to bottom, just a good effort.
Yeah, and I think I'd be remiss not to mention the shots on goal differential between these two teams. Toros overall outshoot the Bulls 44-16, 20-3 in that 3rd period. The pressure really from the beginning of the game to the final horn was on, and the Toros spent a lot of time in the offensive zone last night.
All right, now turning our attention back to tonight's game, let's look at the updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles and Company of Minot. So our Toros are currently 5-3-0, and North Iowa now stands at 4-5-0. With that head-to-head, we beat them, like Ken talked about, every time we played them last season, and now we have that first win against them this season. I also love that our goals per game increased by a total of 0.5 after last night's game. So we were sitting at a 3.0 before yesterday, but now we're at 3.5. And North Iowa has lowered their average from 2.75 to 2.55.
Yeah, overall, I mean, we talk about it. There's going to be wild swings. I mentioned it a lot. Small sample size. We're still less than 10 games into the season. So a big night or one way or the other is going to have a wild swing on the numbers. But, 3.5 goals per game, 4 for the Toros, 1.75 against. That's starting to look a lot like last year's team. And, I think Toros would be pretty happy if they could put up numbers like they did last year.
Yeah, and I think one thing that, maybe coming out of the showcase, we were a bit worried about was just the fact that in those final two games of the showcase, Toros couldn't really find the back of the net. They got back on track in Austin, scored quite a few last weekend against St. Cloud as well, and are continuing that trend this year. So it's just good to know that you can put the puck in the back of the net, and Toros really showed that last night.
Also, it'll
Yep.
be good to build some confidence before Bismarck comes to town this week as well, right? A couple of big wins in North Iowa. If they can replicate the effort tonight, have the guys feeling really good with Bismarck coming to town on Thursday.
I was literally going to say that, Ken. If we can pull off tonight as well and come back into the Mesa on Thursday, I believe, just that overall momentum and everything, especially with beating North Iowa in the past that we have with North Iowa, I think we're set for next week if we could pull off this road sweep. But in saying that, power plays converted increased to 17.24%, and North Iowa stays at that 0.03% and eighth in the division.
Yeah, I mean, another tough night of special teams for North Iowa. They were 0 for 6 on the power play, and Toros were 3 for 5 last night. So we talked about it yesterday on the pregame show. If the Toros could win the special teams battle, which clearly they did, not just holding North Iowa 0 for 6, but the Toros pop a shorthanded goal, a nice feed from Small Dispenser on that. So Toros continue to dominate in special teams.
All right. Well, we'll be back with more of our Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after a quick word from our partners.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
Welcome back to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. It's time to look at our Minotauros Booster Club players to watch. So, Ken, please start us off with your pick of Mr. Jesse Uhal.
Yeah, I'm going with Uhala. It's funny playing against North Iowa and the dominance that Ohannesen has had. I think back to Joel Lettinen, another Finnish center that skated with Ohannesen, and the amount of goals he was able to put up. I think he had 5 himself against North Iowa last year, along with 12 assists. So Uhala, an absolute rocket of a shot last night into the top corner for his 7th of the year. I think defenses in the division are focusing on Ohannesen because he had 29 goals last year. As they cheat off of other players to cover Ohannesen, Uhala is finding the soft spots and absolutely burning teams when they leave him open. He's been able to find corners of the net pretty regularly here. 7 goals through the first 8 games.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm going to go with Ben Acoin. 4 points on the season. 3 of those 4 points have come in the last 3 games. He popped his first goal of the year last night, some momentum behind him. We talked a lot last night about the physicality of this North Iowa team, and we really emphasized some of the bigger players on this Toros roster. But Ben Acoin, a guy who's only 5'9", has a ton of speed and was really able to show it last night. Last year, he had 63 points through 57 games in the AJHL. So a guy that I'm looking forward to getting in his rhythm. He played on one of the power play units last night. I expect another big night out of him.
I would also love to say that if y'all watched our pregame show yesterday, all of our picks did very, very well. So hopefully that happens again tonight with both of Ken and Edward's picks. But that brings us to our home key group's keys to the game. So Ken, what are your keys to tonight's game?
I'm going to kick it off with the Toros' depth, right? 12 guys had points last night. I think last year and in years past when the Tours have been successful, a huge key has been being able to roll 4 lines. Cody Campbell's doing that, and all 4 lines are threatening to the other team, right? So I think that'll be a huge, huge advantage tonight. Also, second night of the weekend, everyone who played last night's gonna be a little bit tired. We haven't seen lineups yet, so we don't know what changes are in store. But being able to roll those 4 lines keeps your top players having a little bit more energy for the second night. My second key to the game is the Toros have been dangerous on the doorstep. We saw a lot of goals last night from in close, within 3 to 5 feet of the net. So the Toros getting a lot of their chances in tight against the goaltender. I think of Small, his goal was a rebound that he got, his own rebound. Spence, even the shorthanded goal, was able to carry in tight. So a lot of those goals last night were from in close. I'd like to see the Toros continue to get those. Yeah, it's great when you've got the pretty play and the one-timer from the circle, but those don't always go in. Being able to get rebounds and battle in tight along the goaltender, and beat him that way. Those are maybe a little bit more consistent ways to score. And then lastly, more of the same until North Iowa proves otherwise. The Toros have been absolutely blowing them out quite a bit. Until North Iowa proves that they're a better team, just continue to do what they've done against North Iowa.
Yeah, Ken, I think definitely the depth was a big part of last night. We talk about longest road trip. Also, the fact that the Toros are going to be on a quick turnaround next week, Thursday night at home against Bismarck, who currently is undefeated. If you can continue to show the depth of this team and score in a multitude of different ways, I think it's going to make things, number one, keep your legs fresh out on the ice from a week to weekend basis, but also you make yourself a tough team to prep for. So I think the Toros hopefully will continue that trend tonight.
All right, and we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after this commercial break.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Minotaurus fans, it's time to take out your phones and pull up the Tauros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. We're starting with our Four Bears Sportsbook over-unders. Our first one is total Tauros power play opportunities. Are we going over, under 3.5?
Toros had 5 last night. I don't see North Iowa being more disciplined tonight after the way last night's game went. So to me, that's an easy over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over as well. You mentioned it, Ken, especially at the end of that game last night, getting a little chippy. Wouldn't be surprised. We start off pretty hot and we'll hit the over fairly quickly.
Yeah, I'm going with over. Just by the way that the game went last night and just how forward we were in scoring and just every bit of offense and defense. Yeah, I think the Tauros are just going to take what they can get tonight, and that's going to be over. Our next one is total Tauros shots on goal. Are we going over or under 35.5?
Sorry, 44 last night for the Toros. I think that's probably another over as well.
I'm going to take the under on this one, just be a little different, but also I think the Toros are going to get out to a lead and kind of sit back in the later stages of this one, try to wrap things up and get back on the bus. So I'm going to take the under.
Yeah, I kind of hit on this in the pregame show yesterday, thinking that yesterday's game would have been more low scoring and tonight would be kind of how last night went. But I'm going to flip-flop that now, knowing that the Toros did win 7-1. They came out swinging and they won. And tonight, I think, is going to be major just defense. So I'm going to go for the under, but I do think I'm going to predict like 31. I'm just going to throw that number out there. Why not? The last one we have is total fighting majors called. We're going over, under 1.5. I want to start here with the fact that again, we talked about yesterday, there's been a past with North Iowa and the Minotauros and just beef happening. If you were watching the game last night, the more and more that the Minotauros increased their score, the more that North Iowa got a little more agitated. So I think I'm going to go over for this one. I don't think there was any significant fighting last night, but with the 7-1, or I guess 1-7 defeat for them, um, they're going to come into this game angry, as any team would. So I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over on this one as well. Lauren, you kind of hit on everything, just how the game ended last night. The dominance that the Toros showed. North Iowa didn't really have an answer at any point in the game to slow this Toro offense down. So as things get chippy, I think the Toros will have no problem responding. And I think we're going to hit the over at the 1.5 mark there.
Yeah, I think we see our first fight of the year this year tonight. So, yeah, to me, that's another easy over, especially if the Toros score 1 or 2 in the first period. I think the game will devolve pretty quickly. And that'll bring us to our McDonald's Toros trivia. Given the 4-point night for John Small last night and the way the Toros have, in general, put up a lot of goals against North Iowa, I thought now, as ever, would be a good time to check in on what is the Toros' record for the most points in a game by a single player. Was it 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, or 7 points? You guys have any guesses?
I would love to just throw this out there. I'm going to go with 7. I know that my teachers would look at me and go, girl, never choose the highest number unless you are 100% confident. I'm going with this because our first score yesterday is number 7. That's my guess. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, Lauren, I think 7 is also a lucky number, so I don't hate you for that one. I'm going to take 6. I think a hat trick and 3 assists is a pretty doable feat. Wouldn't be surprised at 7, but I'm going to take 6 just to be safe.
All right, well, we'll get the answer from Edward during the third period of tonight's contest. But, yeah, I haven't given it to Edward yet, so get your guesses in and find out if Edward or Lauren were right. For those of you who really want to find it early, I will say it was against the Minnesota Wilderness several years ago up in a game in Cloquet, Minnesota. Remember it well. So go ahead and get your guesses in and see if you can't win yourself a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's.
All right. And with that, do y'all have any final thoughts on tonight's game in Mason City?
I guess I think the thing for me is opportunities for a weekend sweep, especially on the road. I don't come all that often. I know the Toros had a lot of success against this North Iowa team, but especially early in the season, you want to take care of business, especially coming home. Long bus ride back. Bus ride's a lot better after a win, especially on a short turnaround going into next week. So if the Toros can get one now, I think this could be really a springboard in terms of the next couple of weeks for this squad.
Yeah, similar feeling for me. You look at the standings, Toros now tied for 4th with Austin and Minnesota, but of course those 2 teams have played 2 or 3 games respectively more than the Toros. The Toros hold the tiebreaker right now. Toros back in a playoff position. A win tonight, you keep moving up the standings. You look at who's ahead of you. Bismarck already at 20 points. That's double what the Toros have. They do have a couple more extra games played. Aberdeen 7-1 with 14 points. St. Cloud 6-2 with 14 points. So you got to pick up points when you're playing teams that are below you in the standings. And they did that when we swept Austin, a sweep of North Iowa. And that sets us up well with Bismarck coming to town on Thursday and Saturday this week. And then you get into 4 games with St. Cloud and 2 games with Aberdeen to start off November. So this is maybe the last, not to pick on North Iowa, but last easy game here for the next 4 weeks. Tough stretch coming up. So I think for sure you want to get the points now before you go into those games with teams that are ahead of you in the standings.
I agree. All right. Well, that will do it for the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. We'll send you out for one more break, and then Edward will be back with the drop of the puck right here on the Minotauros Network.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. a chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
And good evening, fans, and welcome inside the Mason City Arena for Saturday night Tauros hockey. It's Tauros, it's Bulls on the Minotauro Network. I'm Edward Neiman, bringing you the action. Tauros looking for a weekend sweep. They scored the win over North Iowa last night, 7-1. Tauros looking for more, looking for their third win in a row. Puck is down and away we go. Tauros control off the draw. They'll quickly send it into the offensive zone. North Iowa will get a stick at it as they'll chip it back out in the neutral. Tauros are forced to retrieve this one behind their own net. Quick one-timers fanned down by Severson as he found the puck off a defensive zone turnover for the Tauros. Tauros will poke it back into the offensive zone. North Iowa will be back to retrieve this one. They'll skate down the near side of the ice. Suzuki will carry it in neutral zone, eventually gain the line. This one's picked off by Small. Small will turn this back up ice and clear it. Hirschhorn is out of his net. Tauros go for a change. Hirschhorn will send it to the near side corner. Bulls will poke it back out in the neutral zone. Tauros in on defense. Hagstrom will gather this one. Tries to shovel this one back out in the neutral zone. It's Weirin. Yes, he'll pick that pass off for the Bulls. Tauros will poke it back, though, into the defensive zone. North Iowa back to field this one as they'll start back up ice. Work near side to Hodis. Hodis will work it up across the ice to Kim. Kim will ring it around the net. Monroe will meet it at the near side. Blue line. Puck thrown back behind the net of Mazenko. Tauros control and chip this one back out of neutral. Rolling puck will be sent to the far side corner of the offensive zone for the Tauros. North Iowa will pick this one up in the neutral zone as it's hacked at. Eventually sent into the near side corner. Weirin will chase after this one. Work it down the near side. Tauros in on defense. It was Jack O'Hannison hacking at that one as the Tauros will send that puck back in the neutral zone quickly. Chipped back in, though, by North Iowa. Tauros will pick this up. Far side is Tui. Tui can't get a handle on it. Will be sent into a line of North Iowa defense. North Iowa will take this one up near side point. They'll work this one. It's Evan Johnson. Evan Johnson will feed it to Miller. Miller tries the wraparound shot, denied by Mazenko. Rebound out to the far side. Tauros chip this one high up into the air. Puck will settle down along the far side point and be tipped into the offensive zone by the Bulls. It's Gibbs behind the Toro net as the Toros will reset things with 17:42 to go. It's rung around the back of the net to Dress. Dress from the far side, shovel it into neutral zone. North Iowa will intercept this one and poke it back into the offensive zone. Back and forth we go. Gibbs will give it to Tabulis. Tabulis across the ice to Dress. Dress from the neutral zone. Backhand chip this one into the offensive zone. Toros will peel back for a change. North Iowa will gather and reset. North Iowa will work this far side down the ice to Maloney. Maloney will chip it into the far side corner. In to get that one is Maltino. Toros will pick this one up, though, off a turnover. Ingstrup will chip it into the offensive zone. That one's gloved and held by Hirschhorn for a whistle. Take a look at your SRT starting lines for tonight, as we look very familiar from last night. It was good for a 7-1 win on Friday night, so why not try it again tonight? Mazenko, as we mentioned before, in net. We'll get to him a little more throughout the broadcast. Offensive zone coming to Hirschhorn's right side. Brandon Funk in there for the Toros. Tie up off the draw will result in the Toros eventually gaining possession. Funk will send it to Perot. Perot, long range shot broken up through traffic. Rebound up to the near side. North Iowa will send this into the neutral zone. Toros will pursue after a puck on the near side boards. The Bulls will come up with it. Monroe will fire it in from the neutral zone. Will ring behind the Toro net and be held up against the boards. Puck's freed up in front of the net. Mazenko will dive and cover that one for a stoppage with 16:36 to go in the first period. Speaking of our goaltenders, we'll take a look at our goaltending matchup. Mazenko in net for the Toros. A 2 goals against average, a 9.27 save percentage. It's Jack Hirschhorn with a 3.516 goals against average and a .888 save percentage. A Shattuck St. Mary's product. 1-3 so far through 4 contests this season for the Bulls. As Suzuki will be sent into the offensive zone draw for North Iowa. John Small in there for the Toros. We'll eventually get the draw here. Toros controlling the defensive zone, sent up the near side for the Toros. It'll trickle in the neutral zone and eventually make its way into the near side offensive zone corner for the Toros. Ingstrup will meet it on the far side after that puck was rung around behind the Bulls net. So let's work back to the near side. Both teams will battle in the corner. A coin in there for the Toros, working up against 2 Bulls defenders. Puck is freed up and sent to the far side. North Iowa will control this along the boards and chip this one in. That was Cash Crawford sending into the offensive zone for the Bulls. Bulls will meet it in the near side corner, bring it back around. Long shot goes wide of the net. That was sent in by Oshove, as the Bulls will continue to poke this one behind the Toro net. Toros finally controlled. Ian Spencer chipping that one high into the air. A coin will meet a neutral zone. Shot goes off the pad of Hirschhorn off to the far side. The Bulls will gather that one. It's Kim skating to the far side corner. He'll leave this one as the Bulls will start back up ice into the neutral zone. It's Weirin backhanding this one, looking for Kim. Kim met with some good defense by Jesse Uhala. Uhala with a goal last night for the Toros. Hagstrom will pick this one up in the defensive zone. He'll shovel it to Batten. Batten working center of the ice. We'll find Tui across the blue line. Tui looking for O'Hannison in the center of the ice. Goes wide as Uhala will send one in. That will go up and out of play for a stoppage. Getting to some check-ins here on socials. Kim Nelson checking in on Facebook. Gwen Johnson and the Johnson family checking in from Minot. As Tanya Shaw checking in from Richardson, watching on NATV. Aunt Dee and O'Hanny's dad also watching on NATV. Offensive zone draw controlled by the Toros. Quickly sent up to Hagstrom at the far side point. Shot that goes wide. A stick was broken. That was Uhala losing his stick on that one, as we'll get another whistle here. 14:56 to go. Is taking a look at Jesse Uhala, 7 goals and 4 assists so far, as he is the team goal leader. Mentioned before, got a goal last night. Looking for more tonight. Tauros once again control the offensive zone draw, this time to Hirschhorn's right side. O'Hannison with a shot that goes off Hirschhorn. North Iowa will control his back out in the neutral zone. Weirin will go boot to blade as Batten pokes at him. Puck's freed up, controlled by Uhala. Uhala will carry it across the blue line. Uhala looking for O'Hannison. Nice poke there through traffic by the Bulls. Shot on net by Tui. Tui was the initial man to send that one in. Tipped as another hack at it. This time by Hagstrom will go off the boards and rebound out into the neutral zone. Tui will chase after a puck into the defensive zone. Tui will take this backup ice for the Tauros. Tries to go to Batten. Batten can't get a stick on it, so it'll bring back into the North Iowa Bulls territory. Bulls resetting. Cross-ice pass to Deemer in the neutral zone. Ty James with the takeaway. Tauros try to work that one into the offensive zone. We'll get a whistle here, as offsides are brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. Take that back. I believe that's going to be a hand pass. The draw will come into the neutral zone near side. Tauros will win that one. Perot send one in from the neutral zone, will ring around the net of Hirschhorn. Tabulis chases one into the near side corner. Puck's freed up. Tauros do a nice job of taking that one back. It was Aiden Dress playing his second game with the Tauros. A 2-point night for him last night. As a centering pass there, I believe that was Marvin Cordes sending one to the center of the ice, hacked at and eventually covered and held by the Bulls. As we welcome everybody in, the Chicago crew and Sally B checking in on Facebook. We're going to quick check-in on our shots on net here early. Tauros, of course, out shooting the Bulls last night, 44-16, 20-3 in that final period of play. Early shots on net are in favor of the Tauros, 3-1. As they'll get an offensive zone draw. Funk back out there for the Tauros. He's joined in by Nichols, Ramirez, Gibbs, and Ingstrup. Draw will be shoveled into the neutral zone. Tauros will poke it back into the offensive zone. As this one's worked near side, puck is chopped at into the neutral zone. Tauros send it far across the ice to Ingstrup. Ingstrup looks for Ramirez across the blue line. So I believe that one's going to go for an offsides. Offsides, once again, are brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. So the draw will come out to neutral. Same group out there for the Tauros. Severson on the draw. He'll control it for North Iowa. North Iowa will carry this on along the near side boards, as we're going to get another offsides here. So both teams trading back and forth as far as offsides go. Evan Johnson was the one trying to force that one down the ice. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Tauros continue the success that they saw last year against this North Iowa squad. Tauros sweep the season series last year and win the first of the season series last night in emphatic fashion, as the Bulls will throw one into the offensive zone. That's Severson saving this one, keeping it in the zone for the Bulls. Ty James tries to work this up the ice as Severson will throw one wide of the net. Opportunity lurking to Mazenko's right side there. Tauros pursue it into the neutral zone. Bulls send it back. Tauros will go back behind the net to retrieve this one. James looks cross-ice to Nichols. Nichols trying to center a pass. It was Mahler crashing in the center of the ice. Mahler will end up with it. Nevertheless, they'll throw one that's tipped in the center of the ice and tossed back out into the neutral zone. Tauros will go back to retrieve this one. James will send it to Spencer. Spencer shovel it off the boards as The Bulls get a stick on it and work it back out into neutral zone. Tauros will ring it around the net of Hirschhorn. Puck squirts to the far side corner. A coin is in there working up against Oshove. Puck will find Small pressured, so he'll throw it off the far side boards. Both teams work to the far side corner. Tui will pick this one. Tui with a shot that's batted down, still working in front of the net. Puck pinballs around and is eventually controlled by McIntosh behind the net. Centering past there, nobody home. Bulls will corral it along the far side boards, chip it high up into their neutral zone. Weirin picks this one up. Hodis skating in the offensive zone. He'll pick this one up after Hagstrom lays a hit on Weirin against the far side boards. Tauros will turn up with this one, though. A coin skates into the neutral zone. Backhand shovels this one into the offensive zone. Tauros go for a change. North Iowa back to retrieve this one. North Iowa sends one in. Ingstrup will chase after this one. So we'll get a scrum back behind the net. I believe Miller was in on the action. No, excuse me, Deemer was in on the action for the Bulls behind the Toro net. Tauros get a stick on it. Jack O'Hannison, that is, send it on net. That one's covered and held by Hirschhorn. 10:45 to go in the first period of play. So we'll take a look at the scoring chance here by the Tauros as the pressure continues into the early parts of this Saturday night matchup between these two. Tauros forcing the issue all last night, creating a lot of opportunities in front of the net. Tauros win the offensive zone draw. Hannison will send it to Mahler. Mahler throwing wide right of the net. Rebound off the boards. Yahala will briefly control that one as Batten will get a shot on net. That one goes off the blocker. Hirschhorn rebound out to the far side. Ingstrup hacks one in front of the Bulls net. Bulls will control this one and clear it out of the zone. It's good hustle there. Will cancel the icing. Bulls working behind the net. Deemer skates to the far side. Will ring it around the Toro net. It's Miller in the near side corner. Backhand pass there. So the Toros will break this one up. It's Ingstrup carrying, looking for an open man in the center of the ice. Mahler will eventually pick it up in the neutral zone. Mahler met with some good defense there by Crawford as the Bulls will corral and reset. Miller will send this to Crawford. Crawford send it to Furkodich for a few seconds before the Toros take it right back. Furkodich, though, and on the defensive maneuver in the neutral zone to take it away. Ty James will pursue a puck into the near side corner. Perot picks it up. Perot cross-eyes pass to James. James back out of the neutral zone to Dress. Dress will touch past this to Tabulis, but the Toros are going to be called for in offsides. Offsides brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. As we mentioned it earlier, Toros will be back home next weekend. Quick turnaround Thursday night, back at home on the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena to take on the Bismarck Bobcats. Big weekend in Minot for the Toros. Trunk or treat on Saturday night. We'll talk about that more, though, as this one progresses on. Toros control off the neutral zone draw. It's Perot will sending it behind the net of Hirschhorn, and Marvin Cordes will pressure this one. Forces the Bulls to labor a little bit to get this one out of the defensive zone. Tabulis will intercept this one neutral zone and throw it on net, gloved and held for a whistle by Hirschhorn. So we'll look at our team leaders here for the Toros. You talk about a balanced attack, and you see it here. O'Hannison and Small lead the Toros with 11 points apiece, along with Uhala. Had to go down the list for that one. Spencer and Mahler with 9 and 8 respectively. So all across the board, you talk about everybody getting involved, and then beyond that, it's been a balanced attack of returners and first-year guys for this Toro team. Toros off the draw to Hirschhorn's right side. Toros briefly work that win in before the Bulls will pick this one up. Klauscher will chase after a puck as he tries to get the icing waved off, but we'll get perhaps our first icing of the game, I believe. Icing is brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. It's good action back and forth here through one half of the first period. A handful of offensive zone draws for the Tauros have resulted for a shots on net advantage. Funk back in on the draw for the Tauros. This one comes to Horshorn's left side. North Iowa will control off the draw. Klauscher will look to retrieve this one in the near side corner. Couple men sent in for both teams. 2-on-2 battle. Puck freed up. Sent around the back of the net. So it'll end up and out of play. It'll clip a North Iowa player off the bench. So we'll get a whistle here. 8:39 to go. Tauros with the shots on a goal advantage. 5-1. As the Tauros were going to get another offensive zone draw. Good goaltending last night by Lucas Fedin. 15 of 16 shots on net saved. Mazenko gets the call tonight. Mazenko with a solid start to the season himself. A 1-1 record through 2 games is a shot off the draw by Ramirez. Gets tipped wide of the net. Puck will trickle down to the near side corner. Tui will save this one in the offensive zone. Hagstrom fires a shot wide of net. Rebound off the backboards as Nichols will feed one in, and the Tauros will hammer one home. As they'll take an early 1-0 advantage. I believe that's Davin Nichols on the goal off the rebound. Second chance points were big last night, as Davin Nichols will cash in off the rebound to give the Tauros that 1-0 lead. And the start has been a focal point of this Tauros team so far. Tauros, when they get off with a good start and a lead, really, the good things come of that as Spencer will skate one in the offensive zone. He looked center ice towards the coin. A coin couldn't get a stick on it, so North Iowa will turn this one back up net. It's Hodas pursuing far side into the neutral zone, eventually past the blue line. Puck worked to the near side. Tauros poke this back out of the neutral zone. North Iowa did get a stick on it, so they're forced to peel back in order to avoid the offsides. Tauros shovel it back out of neutral zone. Kim gets a poke at it, so it'll be rung around the net of Mazenko. Ingstrup will chase after this one in the near side corner. Small picks it up behind the net of Mazenko. Small will work it up ice to Spencer. Spencer down to Small. Small carrying it across the blue line, but will get whistled dead for an offside. He's going to get another look at the goal here for the Tauros, creating a lot of traffic in front of the net. Eventually results in points for the Tauros. As for the second night in a row, they get off a good start and a lead. North Iowa will send this into the offensive zone. Perot will retrieve it and leave it for James. James gives it to Yahala. Yahala backhands this one up into the offensive zone. Batten out there with Yahala, James, O'Hannison, and Perot for the Tauros. James will skip it off the near side boards. O'Hannison bats this puck down out of the air into the offensive zone. Both teams will work up against the boards, far side in front of the Bulls bench. O'Hannison will get the puck, fire one wide of the net. That one was worked in from along the goal line. Tough angle at the net, so O'Hannison fires it in. Bulls work this puck back out of the neutral zone. Shot on net, or shot that was intended on the net, goes high by Deemer. Tauros control. It's Perot working it up ice. He was looking for Batten. Batten could not settle that one down, so it'll rocket into the Bulls' defensive zone. Bard retrieves this one, looking for Gustafsson in the center of the ice. Tauros take this one away. It's Tabulis skating back out into the neutral zone. Good stick there by the Bulls will force the Tauros to reset behind their own net. 6:06 to go. First period action here inside Mason City Arena. Bulls in the offensive zone. Monroe from the near side point. Monroe, that is, will send it down ice. Both teams will battle along the boards. Gustafsson in the near side corner. Monroe back along the near side point as Osborne will send this one off a Toro stick high up into the air into the far side corners. Quick hack at it there by the Bulls. Bulls carrying the center of the ice. Good action here is Oshove, I believe, got a stick on it. Another shot goes off the pad of Mazinko. Ricocheted out to the near side boards. Bulls with a good opportunity here. Couple shots on net. Finally we'll get a whistle here. So I believe that was actually Gustafson with the best chance there. Tauros, though, going to the Papa John's PK for the 7th time this series, first time tonight. It's going to be Jordan Gibbs being sent to the box for the Tauros. That's going to be for holding, so extra man advantage here for North Iowa. Couple opportunities in front of the net. Mazenko holds court, though. A couple good saves off the pad. He's got his work cut out for him, though, as North Iowa will go on the power play for the first time tonight. Power play unit for North Iowa, 0 for 6 last night. Tauros penalty kill, perfect. Spencer will carry this in the offensive zone. Fans on a shot as Spencer and Small were skating in on a short-handed opportunity there as North Iowa will pick this one up behind the net. Puck sent in the neutral zone. Osborne tried to get a stick onto that one. Tauros will clear it back out into the Bulls zone. Small in on the pressure for the Tauros. North Iowa sends it behind the net. Puck is picked up by Furkotic. Spencer with a nice pickup in the offensive zone as he bats a puck down. Spencer now working, throws one on net, rebounds off the arm of Hirschhorn. Bulls will start back up ice for Kotic. Hacks that one. Hagstrom in on defense. Will fire it off the near side boards for a clear. 57 seconds remain on the power play for North Iowa. They'll reset behind their own net. Batten pressures. Carried into the neutral zone and eventually across the blue line by Severson. Severson will throw it to Weirin. Weirin to Hodis. Severson and Weirin, the 2-point leaders for North Iowa, as Hodis will send one off a Hagstrom. Hagstrom clips that one in front of the Toro net. Ingstrup will skate to the far side. Marvin Cordis gets a stick on it and will clear it back to Hirschhorn. Bulls will have to work quick. Final 20 seconds of the extra man advantage. Batten intercepted the offensive zone. Batten will fire one on net. It's covered and held by Hirschhorn finally for a whistle with 3:36 to go in the first frame. 19 seconds to go on the Papa John's PK for the Toros. Is Batten with a nice turnover, I should say a forced turnover in the defensive zone of North Iowa. Had good angle on it. Hirschhorn, though, able to soak that one up and save it to keep this game right where it's at. Offensive zone draw controlled. I should say defensive zone draw controlled by North Iowa. North Iowa will pick this one up, work it to the far side boards. 10 seconds remain on the power play. North Iowa pressured along the far side point in the neutral zone. They'll just send this one in. Puck will squirt down to the near side corner. Good defense here by the Toros as Mahler was in on that one. Toros come full strength. We're back to 5-on-5. Toros chipping into the North Iowa zone. North Iowa back to retrieve this one. It's McIntosh carrying that one. Looks to the far side. James will throw this one into the neutral zone for the Toros. North Iowa will pick this one up along the far side boards as the shot goes on net, I believe, off of Mazenko. This blocker as Mahler retrieves this one in the near side corner. Dress up. Just poke this one behind the net to Mahler. Mahler will throw it to Marvin Cordis. Tabulis picks this one up in the neutral zone. Will fire one high off the boards and dangerously rebounds back towards the net of Hirschhorn. Toros in the offensive zone working, and North Iowa gets a stick on it as they'll clear it. Toros back to reset with 2:15 to go in the first period. Dress down the boards to Tabulis. Tabulis will clear this one in to allow himself to get a change off. Toros with some fresh legs on the ice. This puck will go up and out of play, I believe, for a whistle. It'll hit the bench for a stoppage of play. Just over 2 minutes to go here. Tauros with a 10-4 shot on net advantage over the Bulls. Get another look at here as that puck bounced to Hirschhorn's left side is offensive zone draw one as Ramirez will work it down towards Nichols. Nichols, I believe, was the one to send that one on net. Chipped high up into the neutral zone by the Bulls. So we're going to get another stoppage here, this time for a hand pass. As the draw will come back out into the neutral zone. Funk and Severson are in on the neutral zone draw. Funk's going to be tossed out of this one, so it's going to be Dane Ramirez coming in. Ramirez will quickly send the draw to the near side boards as Nichols will come up with this one. They'll chip it out to Perreault. Perreault into the neutral zone. Funk and Nichols both poking at that one. Severson will quickly pass it near side to Suzuki. Suzuki carrying it in, fires one that goes off of Perreault, I believe, in front of the net center ice. Good opportunity there for Suzuki. Better defense, though, by Perreault to get in front of that one. Tauros picked this one up along the far side boards. Collision there is going to draw a offsides. No, they will draw a call, so the Tauros, for the first time tonight, are going to go to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. It's going to be Fuji Suzuki being sent to the box for the Bulls. I believe it's going to be boarding. So the Tauros will have about half of this power play in the first period and about the other half, I should say, on the other side of the intermission. Tauros effective 3 of 5 last night on the power play. As they took advantage of the extra man advantage. Tauros win the offensive zone draw. Spencer will send this on net. It's going to be tapped in by the Tauros. Billy Batten will find the back of the net. The Tauros, as we mentioned before, effective on the power play, and once again, cash in as the Tauros are going to storm out to a 2-0 lead over the North Iowa Bulls. Bulls will send Hodas out on this neutral zone draw. Bulls intercept this one as the Tauros will control and clear this one quickly for an icing. Icings are brought to you by Monarch's Finest Collision Center. We'll get another look at that one. It's Billy Batten will net his third on the year. Helpers on that one coming from Jesse Uhala and Ian Spencer. Uhala's 5th assist and Spencer's 7th. As we're back underway here, under a minute, final minute of play brought to you by Northern Plains Equipment. Spencer works this down towards a coin. A coin will just send it in. Mahler will clean this one up in the offensive zone. Mahler will skate around to the far side. Wraparound try on net. Goes off the pad of Hirschhorn. Mahler gets his own rebound. North Iowa pressuring. So hack at this one to the near side boards. Puck picked up by Weirin in the neutral zone. Weirin will carry it across the blue line, but get called for an offsides. It was Dennis Hodas just a little early along the near side. As that will draw a whistle with 25.3 seconds to go in the first period of play. So the draw will come back out of neutral zone. Uhala out there with Ohannesson, Hagstrom, Tui, and Batten. Hagstrom will pick it up off the draw. Far side boards chip this one in. Final 20 seconds here of the first period. Tauros working up against the near side boards. 2-on-2 battle. Batten looking for something in the center of the ice. Tauros didn't have anyone worked up that far off the draw, so the Bulls will send this into the defensive zone. Tauros will chase after this one as it'll be pinned up along the boards as the horn sounds. That's the end of the first period. Tauros lead after 1-2-0. Courtesy of goals from Davin Nichols and Billy Batten. Tauros will once again carry a lead into the break. Tauros 4-0 when leading after the first period. So with that, we'll send it out to break, and on the other side, the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report here on the Minotauro Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let your house become haunted with bad decisions. Say no to underage drinking in your home. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotaur.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down, go volume up. Go in, go out, go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let talking about tough topics scare you. Talk to your child about the dangers of underage alcohol use today. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotaur.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Hi, Toro fans. I'm Ty James. You're watching Tauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
And welcome back to the Minotauro Network. It's the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. One period of play down here inside the Mason City Arena. Tauros once again lead at the first intermission, this time 2-0. We'll take a look at the first period scoring for the Tauros. Offensive outbreak last night with 7 points. United Tauros looking for the same. The first of the night comes courtesy of Davin Nichols. Speaking of firsts, his first goal with assists coming from Brandon Funk and Dane Ramirez. Then the Tauros struck just about 7 minutes later. Billy Batten with his third on the year. Jesse Uhala and Ian Spencer in on the helpers for that one. Now, I kind of messed this up last night, but Davin Nichols was Ken's players to watch last night. So Davin Nichols does get a goal on the board. Day late, dollar short, but nevertheless, Davin Nichols makes an impact here with his first goal on the year. But Tauros lead at the break. They also outshoot the North Iowa Bulls 14-5 in that first period. Mentioned last night, North Iowa with a the Tauros with a 44-16 shot on goal advantage over this North Iowa team. Say that again, Kobe. That was 58-21 so far on the weekend for the Tauros. So the Tauros really making their impact felt. Tauros, a lot of success last year. We talk about it again and again. looking to continue that, and so far doing so against this North Iowa team. But with that, we'll go to scores around the rest of the league. Rochester and Johnstown wrapping things up. That one in the second period, tied up at 1-1. New Jersey and Elmira halfway through the second period of that one. Elmira with a 2-1 advantage over the Titans. Chippewa and Springfield. Chippewa has a 3-1 lead just about halfway through the second period of that one over the Junior Blues. Maine and Maryland. Maryland with a 1-0 advantage over the Nordiques. That one's at the first intermission. Danbury and Philadelphia tied up at zeros after one period of play. Lone Star and Oklahoma battling out for the second night. That one also tied 0-0 with about 15 minutes to go in the first period. That one just getting underway. Down, or I should say up in Minnesota, Aberdeen and the Minnesota Mallards tied up 0-0 halfway through the first period of play in that one. St. Cloud and Austin, another Central Division matchup. That one also tied 0-0, just getting underway in the first period of play. Amarillo and Shreveport still to come later today, as well as Watertown and Bismarck. Bismarck got game number 1 of that series against the Shamrocks as they travel to Minot next weekend to take on the Toros. New Mexico and Odessa wrapping up warm-ups. Colorado and Corpus Christi still to come at 7:35 tonight. And up in Alaska, Anchorage and Fairbanks, an all-Alaskan battle there. And then Wisconsin and Kenai also still to come. Those are your scores around the rest of the league. But we will bring it back here, and we want to remind folks one of the best ways to stay up to date with Toros hockey is tuning into one of our newer shows this year, Toros All Access. It's a live show Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook Live. However, if you do miss the live show, you can always go back and watch the replay. That's me and Lauren Hill bringing you all the Toros updates, interviews, and all that fun stuff. So if you want to stay up to date with the Toros, that would be your place to be. Once again, 3 o'clock Monday through Thursday on YouTube and Facebook Live. But with that, we sat down with Toros forward Jesse Uhala. As we mentioned early in the broadcast, has been off to a heck of a start this year. We sat down with him. Lauren actually sat down with him earlier this week to talk about his start with the Toros this year.
Hello, Minotaurs fans. I'm here with Jesse Uhala. So you are from Finland originally, and this is your first season with the Minotauros. How are you liking Minot so far?
Yeah, I've liked it so far. It's taken a little bit to get used to, but I've liked it.
Okay. Can you tell us about your journey with hockey and how you got to this point in your career?
I've always played in my hometown. This is first time leaving home, so yeah, I've played in Rauma, Lukko, before coming here, so no other games than that.
What is the coolest place that you've played hockey, like arena-wise? What city or?
I think the coolest place is here. I've never really played in front of a crowd before.
Oh.
Maybe the most back home is like 200 people, so it was really great playing here last weekend.
Yeah, the jump from 200 to 2,000.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy Mesa Arena
Yeah,
last week?
that was
Obviously,
so
home
exciting,
opener.
and like when I scored, all the people started cheering, so that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. How did growing up in Finland influence your career choice to play hockey?
My dad played hockey growing up, and I think he just got me playing, and I just loved it so much.
How young were you when you first started?
4, I think.
Okay, and you loved it from the beginning?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there anything, this is just like a fun question, is there anything in like the environment or a specific food sold at the games or a pregame ritual that is more, I guess, popular in Finland than it would be here? Like maybe a food in the concession that you're like, oh, I wish they had that here, or like something like that?
I think they have like hamburgers here, and they don't have that in Finland, and like there's much more like healthier food in Finland, and I would like the stuff that we have here to go Finland. I don't like the healthier food that much.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were going to say the opposite. So
Yeah.
you like the American fattening food?
Sometimes, but I do miss like the Finnish food sometimes too.
Yeah, I get that. So is there a restaurant here that you're particularly like, oh, I wish they had this in Finland?
Culverts, maybe.
Culver's?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Awesome. And you are currently tied with Jack O'Hannison for most points on the team, that being 9. You are off to a hot start this season. What has helped you stay on this streak?
I think the biggest thing has been my confidence. The guys have helped me a lot, and my line mates, O'Hannison and Billy. It's been from the start we clicked and started playing well and just treated each other very well, and yeah, I think the biggest thing has been my confidence.
Right. And now we're going to finish this interview with the speed round. So I'm going to ask you a total of 14 questions. That sounds alarming, but they're easy questions. They're supposed to be meant to be like a 1 to 5 word answer. It's supposed to be just the first thing that pops into your head. So just quick paste. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. What food or drink is a must on game day?
Chocolate.
Are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Go-to goal celebration?
Just go on one knee and do something like this, or
the stick or
yeah.
the up stick. All right, cool. Who has the worst music taste on the team?
I think honestly me. I don't really listen that much
to music.
Yeah.
You got to get in the American music.
Yeah.
Come on now. Okay. What age did you start skating?
4.
Okay. Who's your best friend on the team?
I have a lot of good teammates or friends.
You can name a group of people if you want. A couple of them.
My line mates, Billy, Ellison.
All right. What's your go-to hype song if you have one?
Black Skinhead by Kanye West, I think.
That's a good one. When was the last time you called your parents?
Yesterday after practice. The time difference is bad, so I have to call after practice.
Okay, yeah. If you could create a game jersey for the Minotauros, what would the base color be?
Black.
Okay. What is the best nickname you've been given?
Yema.
What does that mean?
Can
we translate?
I don't think it means anything.
Can you spell it?
J-A-M-A.
Yama. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Super speed.
Okay. Which of your teammates has the best game day style that you've noticed, at least? Maybe a suit that's he looks good.
I think Chuck.
Chuck?
Yeah.
All right. And then last one, what is your favorite memory so far playing for the Tauros?
Scoring at the Mesa last weekend.
Oh, I thought you would say that,
Yeah.
but I figured. All right. Well, that concludes our interview with Jesse Uhala. Thank you.
I am Alyssa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
I'm Jack O'Hannison. You're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
And welcome back to Mason City Arena. Second period action on the way. Tauros up on the North Iowa Bulls 2-0. Tauros in search of their second series sweep of the year and third win in a row as they net 2 goals in the first period. Davin Nichols and Billy Batten to give the Tauros the lead at the first break. As both teams are on the ice, we are ready to go for some more Tauros hockey here on the Minotauro Network. Appreciate everyone tuning in and spending their Saturday night aboard here with the Tauros. We'll get to some more check-ins. The Carbos and Lloyd's checking in on Facebook. The Sandys checking in from Fargo. David Van Lith checking in as well on Facebook. Puck is down as second period action underway here in Mason City. Puck quickly sending the offensive zone for the Tauros. The Bulls back to retrieve this one. James will skate to the near side. Chop this up the boards. The Small tried to get a stick on that one, unable to do so. North Iowa will turn it back up ice, ring it around the Toro net. Mahler will skate to the far side corner to try to corral that one. Osborne will backhand it around the boards for the Bulls. Puck will end up in the near side. Both teams control. Small will free it up for the Toros. Work it up ice to Spencer. Spencer near in the neutral zone will just send this one in. His pass intercepted by Maltino. Maltino will send it back into the Toros defensive zone. This is worked along the near side. Cross-ice pass just out of the outstretched stick of Aucoin. Aucoin pressuring Hirschhorn out of his net. He'll poke it to the far side boards. The Bulls will in pursuit of this one. Had it for a brief moment. Nice takeaway in the offensive zone for the Toros. But the Bulls will work it back into the neutral zone. It was Severson, excuse me, that was trying to settle that one down. Bulls still working in the offensive zone. It's Suzuki along the near side. He'll throw it behind the net of Mazinko. This one's tapped up ice to Monroe. Monroe. This pass will get picked off by the Toros. Pass to the center of the ice, fanned on by Uhalo. Hannison was trying to clean it up there as the pass went wide. Bulls take back over. Suzuki across the blue line along the far side board. Shot on net, goes off the blocker, and it's cleaned up and hammered home by the Bulls. It's Dennis Hodis drawing this game even for the Bulls. It's Hodis' second goal on the year as, the Bulls will cut into this Toro lead as the Toros now only lead by 1. Neutral zone draw controlled by the Toros. It's Dress carrying into the offensive zone for the Toros. Kim will grab a freeing puck and throw it back out into the neutral zone. Toros, they'll poke it back into the offensive zone. Hirschhorn out of his net. As he'll pass it to the far side. Weirin works this near side to Kim. Kim carries it across the blue line, skating into Mizinko's left side. Shot on net, as I believe it's going to be held by Mizinko for a whistle and a extra pushing and shoving here. Post whistle. I believe we're going to get a penalty as the Toros are going to go back to the Papa John's penalty kill. It's going to be Ingstrup getting taken to the box, although I think the Bulls are also going to send one into the box as well. It's going to be Kim for the Bulls, as Kim was retaliating off the hit by Ingstrup. We'll get another look at that. The initial shot was fired on net to the left side of Mazinko. Mazinko was able to make the save, and then the post-whistle antics ensued after the whistle. So both teams will send one to the box. With that, we'll go 4-on-4. Mazinko, the draw, I should say, will come to Mazinko's right side. Small on for the Toros. Off the draw, it's poked up towards Spencer. Spencer can't corral it, so it's James who was trailing the pass throw it to Perot. Perot to the near side. Spencer will skate this up into the neutral zone. Long pass there to James. James does a nice job to control that one. He'll fire one off the blocker of Hirschhorn. Rebound out to the near side. Spencer will control. He looks for Perot. Perot can't meet it along the near side. Point small, though, will take it back for the Toros and skate into the offensive zone. He loses this one as Bard picks it up and will work it down the ice as the Bulls will reset in the neutral zone. It's Miller who will carry it across the line. Deemer tries to get a shot, but Small in on the defense will break that one up. Small works it far side to James. James up into the neutral zone along the boards. As this pass is chopped at and thrown high up into the air. Eventually set on the offensive zone. Hagstrom will fire one off to the right pad of Hirschhorn as Hirschhorn makes the save. Tauros still working in the offensive zone. Spencer with a pass as Hagstrom can't save it into the offensive zone. Hagstrom back out to neutral will shovel it far side to Tui. Tui will work it into the offensive zone. Yahala behind the net of Hirschhorn. Backhanded pass will end up to Hagstrom. Hagstrom cross the blue line to Tui. Tui's shot, I should say, will get tipped up and out of play for a whistle. 16-19 to go in the second period of play. Tauros out shooting the Bulls so far in this game at 16-7. Shots, though, even in the second period so far. 2-2. We'll get another look at the scoring chance here for the Tauros. It's Hirschhorn making the save. Hirschhorn saving 14 of 16 so far. Tauros control the offensive zone draw, sent in the near side corner. Bulls have it for a moment before losing it. Hagstrom will look towards Ohannesson. Ohannesson to Yahala. Yahala can't gather that one as both teams will battle up against the boards in the far side corner. Puck's freed up, controlled by the Bulls. Bulls working it back into the neutral zone. Cross the blue line they go. Pass there, tipped up into the air. Hagstrom in on the defense in the near side. Both teams will come full strength. We're back to 5-on-5. Tauros deep in their own zone. Puck will trickle on net, covered and held by Mazenko for a whistle. So the defensive zone draw will come out to Mazenko's left side. Maltino will be on the draw for the Bulls. Bulls now only trail by 1. Funk on the draw for the Tauros. North Iowa picking up the pace here in the second period as they try to cut into this Toro lead. Maltino is going to get tossed from the faceoff, so it's going to be Osborne in for the Bulls. The Bulls will control off the draw. Monroe from the blue line will send it into the near side corner to Osborne. Stick goes flying in the air. Both teams pin this one up against the boards. Puck's freed up. Funk controls for the Toros. Funk will skate it out of the defensive zone into neutral. He looks towards Ramirez. Ramirez back up top. Pass was intended for Mahler, but good stick by. The Bulls will break that one up. Ramirez will recontrol this one in neutral zone. Bring it across the blue line along the near side boards. He'll throw this behind the net. Nichols is in there for the Toros. He's met by 2 North Iowa defenders. As North Iowa will send the puck in the neutral zone. Monroe will fire it into the offensive zone as the Bulls will go for a change. Toros reset. It's James looking to the far side. Intercepted here is a wraparound try there once again by the Bulls. It's Hodis who already has a goal on the night. Still lurking in the center of the net. North Iowa fires one wide left of the net. Clean up there by Hodis was fanned down. Hodis controls in the far side corner. Bulls with a nice push here. It's McIntosh to the near side to Oshove. Delayed penalty coming. It's Weirin firing high of the net. Toros still looking to touch up. North Iowa working in the offensive zone. McIntosh to Hodis. Hodis as Severson will fire one in. Traffic in front of the net. Toros will finally touch up with 14:06 to go. Toros going to be sent to the PK once again. See who it is. I believe it's going to be Ty James as the Toros are going to go shorthanded once again tonight. As we'll take another look at what exactly happened there. Tauros on the Papa John's PK for the third time tonight, second time this period. So the Bulls with an opportunity. Kim was on the offensive zone draw. Bulls control as Bard will try to work it down the far side boards. It's Gibbs in on the defense. He'll clear it behind the net of Hirschhorn. Hirschhorn out of his net will send it to the near side corner. It's Spencer in on the pressure. Spencer tries the defensive, so the offensive zone takeaway is the Bulls will eventually get to this one. It's Kim will leave it down the ice. As now Kim skating the offensive zone will fire one that hits the back of the net. It'll beat Will Mazenko as the Bulls cash in on the power play and draw even with the Tauros at deuces here in the second period. It's Kim finding the back of the net for the fourth time this season for his 6th point on the year. It's a nice breakaway opportunity, but a really good shot there. I mean, Mazenko had an angle on it, but Kim just with a rocket of a shot for the second goal of the night for the Bulls. Second of the period. At that is the neutral zone draw controlled by the Tauros. Hirschhorn got caught out of his net and tied up there on his own skate. Bulls will send it back into the neutral zone. Pressure mountain for the Bulls as they continue to start to play in the offensive zone. Really the first sustained pressure of the weekend by the Bulls as a puck will be sent up and out of play for a whistle. 13:07 to go. Tauros with a 16-10 shot on net advantage, but North Iowa with a 5-2 advantage on the period. So we'll get another look at that goal by Kim. Just a good skating effort there, good decision to skate to the near side as he created a lot of space there. Eventually got the goal. Tauros though on a breakaway there. Owen O'Hannison in the offensive zone will fire one that goes off the pad of Hirschhorn. Hirschhorn with a big time save there to keep this one tied. Tauros still working offensive zone. O'Hannison will feed Batten behind the net. Bulls will take this one back away. It's Miller to the far side to Hodis. Hodis will throw in behind the net of Mazenko. Both teams will pursue after this one. It's pinned up along the backside of the net. Miller in on the action. Ingstrup sending the defense in there for the Tauros as a pass up to Monroe gets tipped up and out of play for another whistle. As I believe this draw is going to come back out of the neutral zone. So take another look at the opportunity there by O'Hannison. A good heads-up play there by O'Hannison to create the opportunity, but Hirschhorn with a very solid pad save to keep this one tied. Neutral zone draw won by the Tauros. They'll retreat back in their own zone. It's Perot who chips that one. Bulls control. Klauscher working along the far side boards. Perot fields this one in the far side corner. Puck rung around the net to the near side. Both teams will work. It's freed up and controlled by Severson. Severson, the point leader for the Bulls entering the weekend. Perot will give it to Dress. Dress working up against a couple of North Iowa defenders. Tauros finally cleared into neutral zone. Big hit near side. It's Klauscher and Dress both in on the action. Tabulis, though, in the center of the ice. Carries it across the blue line. Good defense there by Oshove for the Bulls to break up that rush for the Tauros. Back down ice we go. Bulls working in the offensive zone as this one will be whistled dead as it'll go up and out of play with the stoppage. So let's take a look at our Central Division leaders for each team. O'Hannison, like we mentioned before, the leader for the Tauros, Severson, with 9 for the Bulls. Mithmunka, who has had a hot start to the year for the Norsemen. We saw him last weekend at the Mesa, 15 points. Malkasian with 15 for the Bruins, among plenty others. The Central Division got off to a good start at the Showcase, continues to shine as it proves to once again be one of the tougher divisions here in the NAHL. Puck thrown up and out of play. Another whistle here with 11:14 to go. Still tied at deuces in the second period, so twos across the board. Shots this period still in favor of the Bulls, 5-3, excuse me. Draw comes out to Mazenko's right side. Small against Hodis on the draw. Bulls with a quick shot. Gets tipped through traffic. A lot of bodies in front of the net for the Tauros. Stick is down on the ice. Bulls carrying this across the far side. It's Small without his stick, still in on the action as he'll be sent to the bench as Tauros will get Yohala back out on the ice. Bulls will work this back out into the neutral zone. It's Maloney carrying this across the ice to Hodis. Hodis sends one in as Kim will look to gather one in the near side corner. I believe that's Weirin also in on the action for the Bulls. Spencer carrying along the near side in the neutral zone, looking for a coin. A coin can't get a stick on it, so McIntosh will clean it up for North Iowa. McIntosh works this down ice along the boards to Weirin. Weirin carries this into the offensive zone. Tauros with some good poking here. That will break that play up. Hodis controlling for North Iowa will send this behind the boards to Kim. Kim will skate up against the defensive Mahler. Kim looking for a center ice pass. Good opportunity there as North Iowa had a man in front of the net. I believe that was Maltino who was lurking in front of the net of Mazenko. Nonetheless, just out of the outstretched stick. Tauros will gather this one and carry it into the neutral zone. Yahala looking for Ohannesson. Ohannesson working up against Monroe. Monroe with a good pressure in the far side corner. Tauros with an opportunity. It was Ramirez who just got his shot tipped. Tauros still working. Ingstrup fires one off. I believe that was the stick there of Osborne. Tauros back in their own zone as they'll reset. Ramirez tries to go for a puck along the near side of the neutral zone. Tino skating in for the Bulls. Bulls will bring this behind the net. Ramirez will pick it up for the Tauros as Nichols will carry it along the blue line. Nichols will backhand this one, looking for somebody along the near side boards. Ramirez will be back to help along the boards. Puck sent back on the neutral zone as Ingstrup will hack this one in the offensive zone. Tauros get a couple fresh legs out there. 18:52 to go. Osborne carries into the offensive zone. He's working up against Perot. Puck pinned up in the near side corner. Finally freed up, chopped high into the air. Nichols tries to bat it down with his glove. Puck will trickle back into the neutral zone. Osborne will throw it far ice as Deemer picks this up. Send it wide of the net. Both teams behind the net of Mazenko. Tauros will turn up with it. Puck worked up the near side to Ramirez. Ramirez carries into the neutral zone eventually. We'll just send this one in. Funk will lay a nice hit and turn up with the puck. Give it to Perot. Perot with a shot. It gets tipped. Another rebounded try by Marvin Cordes as Miller will turn back up ice. Two big saves here for North Iowa. Goaltending by Hirschhorn Hirschhorn slowly eases into this one. Couple good saves in this second period. This is work back on a neutral zone. Bard will just send this one wide into the near side corner. Dress picks this one up. We'll skate back, but we'll skate behind the net, of Mazenko. Dress trying to carry this one in the offensive zone. Marvin Cordes was skating down ice along his side. North Iowa picks it up as Maloney carries it across the blue line. Osborne tried to settle a bouncing puck down. Big collision in the center of the ice. Perot gets sent down as he tried to lay a hit. Center ice. Tauros poking into the offensive zone. Suzuki with Maloney. Tauros with a nice interception. It's a coin picking it off in the neutral zone. He'll give it to Small. Small backhand this one into far side corner. A coin chase after this one. They'll send it up to Mahler. Mahler working along the blue line. Just tap this one behind the net of the Bulls. It's small. As he tried to get something going there. Good defense by the Bulls as Severson will work it towards the center of the ice to Klauscher. Spencer will carry it down the near side and give it to Small. Small now skating in. It's got numbers, but will fire one on net that's covered and held by Hirschhorn with 6:36 to go. As we'll get another look at the replay here. Funk was trying to get a stick on it. As trickled just over his stick. A good opportunity there. Couple good defensive sequences here for the Bulls, creating some traffic in front of the net. Hirschhorn doing his part, making a couple big saves to keep this one tied. So offensive zone draw will come to his right side. Small out there with Spencer, Ingstrup, James, and a coin. Tauros have it for a moment. A coin tried to skate that one towards the center of the ice. Tauros lose it. It's Ingstrup in the defensive zone. Shoved it along the near side boards. Monroe picks it up for the Bulls. Ingstrup, though, will work it back into the offensive zone for the Tauros. Spencer, far side. He'll give it behind the net to a coin. A coin skating into, as he'll fire one on net. I believe that's going to find the back of the net. Tauros with the third goal of the night. A weird sequence there results in a goal. I believe that's going to be credited to Ben Acoin for his second on the weekend. Tauros back on top, 3-2. So we'll get another look at that one. I lost that one. It's Ben Acoin. Fine success, and we talk about Acoin. 3 points in the last 3 games. Now popped his first goal of the season last night, and now with his second goal tonight for the Tauros. Tauros lead 3-2, 6:06 to go. Quick icing here. Icings are brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. So take another look at that one. Acoin just tucks that one into the back of the net. He beats Hirschhorn to his left side. Really heads-up play there. So the draw will come to the defensive zone. Back and forth we go, though. You got to give credit to North Iowa. Really good pushback here in the second period to draw it even. Tauros just continue to create opportunities time and time again. Yahala will not be in on the draw. He's thrown out of that one. No, Yahala will stay in on the draw. Hannison skated in for a moment, sent Yahala back in. So Tauros controls Osborne. Looking for something along Mazinko's left side. Tauros will gather this one and start back up ice. Yahala carries it across the blue line. O'Hannison skating into the center of the ice. O'Hannison tried to get a stick on it as the net was empty there for a moment. One-timer there by Ty James from the far side along the blue line. Tauros still working. O'Hannison along the near side boards. He'll give it to Yahala. Yahala looking towards the stick of Billy Batten. Billy Batten had it. Puck bounces around. Batten will carry it along the far side. Batten back up top to James. James works from the far side point. He'll give it to Batten. Batten getting poked at will give it to Yahala. Yahala passes it down low to Perot. Perot, his pass broken up. Yahala will give it to James. James, long shot gets broken up. I believe that was Gustafson as he hits the ice. Puck work back on the neutral zone. Yahala along the near side boards. He'll once again cross the blue line. Yahala with an assist tonight and a goal last night. Bulls will send it back out into the neutral zone. Hagstrom behind the Toro net. Miller in pursuit. Tauros will battle up along the far side boards. Tauros freed up. Funk tries to go to Ramirez. It will bounce off of Ramirez and back into the defensive zone for the Tauros. Bulls now working offensive zone. Pass was picked off by Nichols. Nichols in on the defense. Maloney have it for a second as it's pinned up and freed along the boards. Tauros now control, sent back on the neutral zone. Hirschhorn out of his net. Pressure brought by Funk and Nichols. Hirschhorn, though, will ring it to the near side. Big hit there. Nichols was in the vicinity as we're going to get a whistle here and a penalty. I believe the Tauros are going to go shorthanded once again tonight. It's going to be Davin Nichols as the Tauros will go back to the Papa John's PK. That's going to be for the fourth time tonight, third time this period. North Iowa we'll get a replay here. It's going to be for roughing on that collision along the near side. So North Iowa will lose the offensive zone draw. Tauros clear it back out of the zone. 10 seconds to tick off. The North Iowa extra man advantage. Bard will carry this into the neutral zone. Will look along the blue line as pass down to the near side. Gets chipped high up into the air. Small jumps up in the air as he tries to bat that one down. Puck rung around the net. Bard has it for a moment. Tauros with some good defense to clear it back out into the North Iowa zone. Small out there with Batten, James, and Ingstrup for the penalty kill unit. Tauros' penalty kill unit was perfect last night. 6 for 6. Bulls work this into the neutral zone. Osborne skating in. Kim looking for a pass in the center of the ice. Work back to Osborne in the near side corner. Osborne will fire this one off the boards as a one-timer here by Kim. Fanned on. Batten got in his way on that one. North Iowa still working though. Long pass there. Almost went on net. Ingstrup was in on that one. Tauros clear this one back out. 42 seconds remain on the Papa John's PK for the Tauros. Suzuki across the blue line as the Bulls enter the offensive zone once again. Thrown off the boards to Hodas. Hodas back to Suzuki. Suzuki across the far side corner as Weirin will throw it to Severson. Severson back to Weirin. Weirin looks to Hodas across the ice. Hodas initially doesn't have it, but eventually gathers. Severson now shoots one off the pad of Mazinko. That will bounce to the far side boards. It's Crawford working from the point. He'll give it to Hodas. Hodas to the one-timer to Weirin. Weirin's pass gets broken up. Bulls still working. Puck thrown off the boards behind the net of Mazinko. Minot will come full strength. Tauros kill off the penalty. Small looking to carry this in the near side boards. 1:45 remain in the second period. North Iowa will clear it back into the Tauros zone. It's James sending it to Batten. Batten shovels it into the neutral zone. Small was looking to get a stick on it. James will corral this one. Batten across the blue line. Batten skating along the near side boards. It's Miller and Oshove pressuring for the Bulls as we are now going to get another whistle. This time, though, the Tauros will be the ones with the extra man advantage. It's going to be Cash Crawford going to the box. So the Tauros will have a chance of their own this time, though, on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Let's get a replay of that one. So, offensive zone draw coming. Crawford sent to the box for elbowing. 1:18 to go. Another power play for the Tauros that will be served in 2 periods. Tauros will get just over half of it here in the second period. James from the near side. He'll throw it across the blue line to Spencer. Spencer works it into Batten. Batten looking for something in the center ice. Bulls tip it back out. James goes to Yahala. Yahala back up to the blue line. to James. James long to Spencer. Spencer looks with a backhanded pass intended for Batten. Batten couldn't settle that one down. Final minute of play in the period presented by Northern Plains Equipment. North Iowa looking to clear this into the neutral zone, and eventually they will. Mazinko out of his net. Tauros will reset. 1:23 to go on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. James will go down ice to Yahala. Yahala back up top to James. James looks for Hannison along the far side boards as that gets poked at and forces the Tauros to regroup. Yahala near side across the blue line. Yahala with some good defense there by Klauscher. Klauscher will pick this one up. Short-handed rush here for the Bulls. Klauscher's shot on net, tipped wide. Tauros survive a short-handed rush there from the Bulls. Tauros now skating in the offensive zone. Batten to Spencer. Spencer couldn't quite get everything on that one. As the horn sounds, period 2 is in the books. Tauros lead 3-2. North Iowa notches 2 goals in the period. Tauros respond to restore the lead, as that lead they'll carry into the second intermission. Benecoin with his second of the year, as the Tauros will lead 3-2 at the break. And on the other side, the Tauros will have about 40 seconds and some change of a power play, but with that, we'll send it out to break and be back with the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report here on the Minotauro Network.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down, go volume up. Go in, go out, go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let talking about tough topics scare you. Talk to your child about the dangers of underage alcohol use today. This message brought to you by the First District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauro.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let your house become haunted with bad decisions. Say no to underage drinking in your home. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
And welcome back inside Mason City Arena. Tauros with the lead at the second intermission, 3-2. North Iowa did net a goal of their own. Tauros do a nice job answering as we'll take a look at the scoring. From the beginning here, it was in the first period, Davin Nichols with his first goal on the year. Brandon Funk and Dane Ramirez on the helpers. As the Tauros once again start well, as they jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Then Billy Batten with his third of the year. Jesse Uhala, fifth assist, and Ian Spencer, his seventh assist on the season so far. 2-0 at the first break for the Tauros. It was North Iowa, though, responding, courtesy Dennis Hodis, his second goal. Suzuki and Cash Crawford with the assists. And then it was Kim, his fourth goal of the year to draw even with the Tauros at deuces. For Kodic on the assist for that one. But Benacoin his second goal of the season, second goal of the series to restore the Tauros lead. Ian Spencer, 8th assist, and Jacob Ingstrup with his first assist, as that will bring us to where we are at the second break. Tauros up 3-2. Looking at shots on goal in that second period in favor of the Tauros, 8-7. Tauros with the advantage, 22-12 overall through 2 periods of play here today. But with that, we'll look to our out-of-town scoreboard. Some updates on scores around the league. Rochester and Johnstown. Johnstown with a 4-2 lead over the Junior Americans. That one at the second intermission. New Jersey and Elmira. Elmira leading New Jersey at 2-1. Third period just getting underway in that one. Chippewa maintaining a 3-2 lead over the Junior Blues. Third period action there as well. Maine and Maryland tied up at 1. Final moments of the second period over there. Danbury and Philadelphia, the Rebels up 2-0 over Danbury. That one also at the second intermission. Lone Star in Oklahoma, the Brahmas, a 2-0 advantage as the second period just gets underway with that one. Minnesota and Aberdeen still tied at 0 halfway through the second period. St. Cloud and Austin also tied. That one tied up at 1 at the first intermission. Amarillo and Shreveport. Shreveport with a 2-1 lead over Amarillo at the break. Watertown and Bismarck. That one tied at 0-0 through 1 period of play. Keep an eye on that one. Like we mentioned before, Bismarck rolls into town next Thursday. New Mexico and Odessa. New Mexico up 1-0. Second period play just getting underway there. Colorado and Corpus Christi. Final few minutes of the first period tied up at 0s. Still to come tonight up in Alaska, Anchorage and Fairbanks. In Wisconsin and Kenai. So those are your scores around the league. Keeping an eye on. While we're at it, we'll take a look at the standings in the Central Division entering Saturday night here. And so we'll actually throw the graphic up here as Bismarck leads the division at 10-0, 20 points on the year already. Aberdeen in second, 7-1-0. Norseman 6-2-2. Austin 5-5-0. Got the Mallards 5-6-0. Tauros playing a few less games than the other teams, so that'll set a 5-3 record. Is good for 6 for Minot. 4-5-0 are the Bulls. 2-7-1 is Watertown. So the Tauros looking to add their 6th win on the year as they look to climb up the Central Division standings. So with that, though, we'll run another interview. I sat down with Toro first-year forward Billy Batten about his start to the year. Entering this weekend, he had a goal and 5 assists added on to that so far, and yeah, take a look at that. Enjoy. Hello, Toro fans. Welcome back. We're here with Toro forward Billy Batten. Billy, thank you for joining the show. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
So we're a couple weekends into the season. Just your general assessment of how the season's going, both for you and the Toros?
For me, I think I've liked it so far. I mean, it's been a pretty quick adjustment. Then the guys have helped with that a lot, and I think as a team, I think we got a long way to go, but we had a pretty good start, and you can see in glimpses how good we're going to be.
And, you know, just playing in the Central Division, how is that? I mean, obviously you maybe have heard things prior to playing in the Central Division. You know, have those things rung true to you? You know, talk about it being a really physical division.
Yep, definitely physical, definitely a lot of good skaters out here and a lot of kids with skill, so it's cool to go out there, and every time you're out there, you're playing against a good player, so.
I've asked a couple of the other guys this, but, you know, maybe just tell Toro fans your journey up here to Minot, some of your background in playing hockey.
Yeah, so I'm from like right outside of Philadelphia. Played youth hockey right around there. Then I went to prep school in Lake Placid. And then from there I went to Alberta and played juniors last year in Bonnyville, Alberta. And then, you know, was done with that season and wanted something different. So I tendered here in Minot and then came here, and I've loved it so far.
And how does the NAHL compare to elsewhere where you've played?
I think it's a lot, well, compared to the other junior league, it's a lot deeper. The teams are a lot better, I feel like. But there's a lot of skill in both leagues, but I feel like it's harder skill here, which makes it a tough league to play in.
So on this form, you said that one of the accomplishments you're most proud of, a 12U baseball state champion, so you're a multi-sport athlete growing up. How is that like? How does, you know, maybe your experience in baseball translate to hockey, and you know, are there any differences or similarities you see in both?
I think just being around the guys, just teamwork from a young age, playing different sports and being able to go into different environments and just bond right away has helped me a lot. So.
And then, from what you can speak of playing, in the NAHL, is there any, team that you're maybe excited to play or that you have enjoyed playing against?
It seems like there's a big rivalry with Bismarck, so definitely them.
Which NHL player do you think your game's most similar to, if you were to describe yourself, compared to one of those guys?
I think I like to compare myself. I like to play like Mitch Marner. I feel like he plays hard and passes a lot. I think I'm a pass-first guy, but can also score. So I think I'd like to compare myself to him.
Talk about passing. How is the chemistry so far this season with the guys out there on the ice? I know there's a mix of returners and new guys on this team. What's that chemistry been like?
It's been good. I mean, for my line, they're playing with two guys who are really easy to play with, so always getting in the right spot. So it's been really good.
For a game, you have any superstitions, any rituals that you do?
I like to take a long nap before games. Then I like to eat chicken and rice like 4 hours before. Get here like 2 hours before the game. Just go through a basic warm-up. Nothing too crazy once I get here.
So final couple questions here. Personal goals, team goals for the rest of the way this year?
Team goals, long-term is we're going all the way. That's what we're here for. Personal goals, I mean, just keep playing the way I can, play my best every night and be consistent and let the rest take care of itself.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Toro fans, you can catch Billy Batten the next Toro game.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
And welcome back inside the Mason City Arena. Scoring update there. Toros up 3-2, out shooting the North Iowa Bulls 22-12. Toros 1 for 2 on the power play. North Iowa cashing in on the extra man advantage themselves, going 1 for 3 through 2 periods of play. Here we'll take a look at our over-unders, courtesy of the Four Bears Sportsbook. First over-under tonight, total Toros power play opportunities 3.5. Toros just with 2. So still some work to do on that one. Potentially some more opportunities here in the third period. Though a lot of time still to play. Our second over-under of the night, total Toros shots on goal 33.5, sitting at 35.5, excuse me. Toros with 22 through 2 periods of play. So some more work is to do on that one as well.
Last night, though, 20-3 in the third.
Toros did go 20-3 shots on net in the third period, and really the Toros last night, despite the lead, continued to shovel shots towards the front of the net. So wouldn't put it past them even with the lead. Total fighting majors called. Over under at that one set at 1.5. Yet to see one this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
No, yeah, nothing.
So I took the over yesterday. We went under. I took the over again today.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been chippy, but honestly, nothing too crazy yet. We'll see how the third goes. If it's another kind of lopsided third, then you might see one. But Toros also with the power play opportunities, 42 seconds left on the First Western Mega Trust power play to start the third. So that could definitely help with shots on goal. Won't help with power play opportunities because it's already counted, but shots on goal, that could definitely help.
So with that, Kobe, we talked about the Bobcats coming into town, everything that comes with that. It's a rematch of the Central Division. These two teams saw each other in Watford, but the first time in the regular season. The Bobcats are undefeated, quick turnaround, all of that. But on top of that, it's trunk or treat weekend as well at the Mesa Arena.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. No other way to put it. Always a good time when the Bobcats come to town, get the first. I mean, we saw them in Watford City. Garrett Roth had only been there for 3 weeks at the time, but he's got them absolutely buzzing down there. I mean, undefeated, 20 points already. It's they're looking real sharp to start the year, and it would be a real shame if the Toros handed them their first loss in the year Thursday. followed it up with a sweep on Saturday. It would be a real shame. But yeah, trunk or treat Saturday night, 5 o'clock in the parking lot. First 500 kids will get a flex ticket. That's good for any Minotauros regular season game. So you're going to want to get there early. May as well just scan that QR code and grab your tickets for that night. Save that flex ticket for a later date. If I were you, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live their life. But yeah, it's going to be an absolute great weekend. Weird Thursday, 7:05 start time, but you may as well just pop through there, 7:05, so you can still get to bed around 10:30, 11 if you got to work Friday. But yeah, I'm pumped. It's going to be a great weekend. Trunk or treat, always an absolute kind of a chaotic party out in the parking lot leading up, and then usually a crazy atmosphere within the Mesa after that trunk or treat concludes.
I'm excited for it. Talk about a chaotic party. I like chaotic parties. That sounds like a plan to me. Thursday, the Tauros will drop the puck on game number 1, and like you mentioned, Kobe, Saturday, trunk or treat will be my first one. Can't wait to see it. But third period action here in Mason City, Iowa, on the Minotauro Network. Tauros up 3-2. Small in on the faceoff in the neutral zone. We are underway. 35 seconds remain on the first Western Bank and Trust power play for the Tauros. Hagstrom behind the net. Mazenko as the Tauros will start up ice. Thrown to the far side boards. To coin. Back to Hagstrom. Hagstrom will carry it across the blue line. Hagstrom skating around as he'll ring it behind the net of Hirschhorn. It's Dress trying to get a stick on it. It's sent back out in the neutral zone. Mahler will gather that puck. Cross to a coin with a goal tonight. 2 goals on the weekend across the blue line. Nice defense by North Iowa to control this one as the Tauros, the Bulls are going to come even strength. So we're back to 5-on-5 action here. James through the neutral zone off the near side boards. Puck rebounds out. Batten working up against the boards as this one's thrown way up in the air into the neutral zone. Bulls control it. Suzuki along the near side. Suzuki skating and trying to feed it across to Severson. Severson didn't have a jump on that one. Puck goes high up into the air in front of the Toro bench. Tauros will set up shop deep in their own zone. Severson with a nice pickoff. Severson fires one wide right of the net. North Iowa still working the offensive zone. Tauros eventually send it to Batten. Batten across the blue line in the offensive zone. O'Hannison's trailing him. Batten will stop in the corner and get the puck hacked at a few times. Batten, though, turn up with it. A coin behind the net of Hirschhorn. O'Hannison. 2 North Iowa defenders force the puck into the neutral zone. It's Severson across the blue line. Backhanded pass to Monroe. Monroe throw it around the near side corner as Suzuki was crashing in. Good defense by Ingstrup as the Tauros will shovel it back in the neutral zone. Mahler will throw it on net, gloved and held by Hirschhorn. 17:51 to go in the third period. 23-13 shots on net in favor of the Tauros. Offensive zone draw coming as things continue to heat up post-whistle. We mentioned before, still looking for that first fighting major of the weekend. We had it on the over-unders yesterday, didn't hit. Perhaps, though, in this third period, Small on the draw to Hirschhorn's left side. Tauros win the draw, quick shot on net by a coin off the pad. Follow-up try by Spencer. Rebound out to the far side corner. Spencer chases after one briefly. Weirin, though, takes over in the neutral zone for the Bulls. Weirin skating through traffic by Tui. Thrown on net. Caught and held in the glove of Will Mazenko with 17:36 to go in the period. So, Bulls will have an opportunity on an offensive zone draw themselves. Hodas on the draw. Kim is out there with Bard, Weirin, and Maloney for the Bulls. North Iowa hacking this along the near side. Hodas was looking for Weirin. Perot picks it up behind the net of Mazenko. Perot to Spencer along the far side board. Spencer tries to kick it towards the direction of Ty James. James can't get a stick on it, so he'll skate back and retrieve that one. It's small. And eventually a coin to poke this into the neutral zone. Puck trickles defensive zone, so Weirin in the far side corner will look to gather this one. Small pressures Spencer. Follows that one along the boards behind the North Iowa net. As Bard will skate back up ice and just send this one in so they can get a change off. Tui, near side corner. Bring it around the net to Dress. Dress from the far side corner to Small. Small just taps that one through, so it's McIntosh in the near side corner, deep in the North Iowa defensive zone. Picked up by Deemer. Deemer work it to the far side. Big hit there on, I believe that was on McIntosh, along the near side, so the Toros will take this one back. Both teams battling the near side boards. North Iowa will throw it into the far side corner, back up top to the blue line. McIntosh working from the near side, fires one that's covered and held by Mazinko. 16-14 to go. Shots on net favor of the Toros, 24-15. As North Iowa with a slight advantage in the period, 3-2 so far. Draw will come to Mazinko's right side. Tabulis and Deemer on the face-off. Toros control. It's Ty James working this down the near side boards. Will throw it in the neutral zone. McIntosh will try to shovel that one in. Mahler stands in the way. Gloves drops it and carries it across the blue line. Mahler working against McIntosh. Pass back to Dress. Dress fires one wide right of the net. Good chance there for Dress. In his second game in a Toro uniform. Miller works along the near side. Delayed penalty. Toros will touch up and go to the Papa John's PK once again. It's going to be Ty James being taken to the box. I'll talk about the Toros. Really efficient job on the penalty kill, but at that, they have been sent to the box quite a few times this weekend, 6 times last night, and I believe that's going to be the 4th time tonight, so that's the 10th Toro penalty on the weekend. Take another look. That penalty along the near side boards. Ty James getting taken for slashing, so the draw will come to Mazinko's left side. Toros control the draw. Mahler will send it off the boards. Puck will find its way to Hirshhorn. Hirshhorn will kick it out to the near side. Bard works this up ice as Kim fields a pass along the near side. Tries, defeated in the center of the ice. Osborne was lurking, but not enough space there to put one on net. Toros clear it back out. 1:30 remains on the power play for the Bulls. It's carried across the blue line by Furkodich. Furkodich give it to Bard. Bard working along the near side, back up top. As this is fed towards the net, Osborne once again was in front. Toros clear it back out in neutral, eventually behind the net of Hirshhorn. North Iowa will get a new line out there. 1 minute remains on the Papa John's PK. North Iowa carries the neutral zone. Good interception by Marvin Cordes to break that one up. He'll clear it. 14:42 to go in the period. North Iowa looking for one to tie this up. They had 2 in the second period. Worked in the neutral zone. Suzuki will fire it across to Severson. Severson up to Suzuki. Suzuki carries it across the blue line. Mahler in on defense. Fed to Hodis. Hodis will beat Will Mazenko. Hodis' second goal of the night. We draw even at 3. As North Iowa will cash in. So we'll get another look at that one. It's Dennis Hodis. His 3rd goal on the year, 2nd of the night. Really good feed there. As we are back underway for a second. No, never mind. Whistle is blown off the draw. Still a lot of time here for the Toros to get that one. I should say, get one back, but more so restore the lead. So we'll get another whistle off the neutral zone draw. We'll try it again. Suzuki with his third assist on the year. Severson with his eighth. Suzuki, though, with a really good pass to the near side to set Hodis up for that equalizer goal. And not exactly sure what's going on. We drop it again. It's whistle dead. So back and forth we go. North Iowa with a 4-2 shot on net advantage in this third period. Tauros still the advantage, 24-16 overall, but we're back to center ice, and this time we'll drop it. North Iowa controls. Send it deep in their own zone to Hirschhorn. Hirschhorn works it up to the near side to Klauscher. Klauscher pressured by Nichols. Ramirez also in on the action along the near side boards. Puck fired to the far side corner. It's hacked at a couple times. Nichols, though, will send it back into the zone. Deemer work it back to Klauscher. Klauscher off the near side boards. James, though, with an interception, works it to Funk. Funk gets held up as he gets sent to the ice. No call there. We'll play on. Deemer will work it across to Miller. Miller in the neutral zone. He'll feed to Monroe. Monroe fires one on net. That one held by Mazinko for a whistle. 13:48 remain. We're tied at 3-3. So the referees have to step in on this one. Things heated up last night between these two teams at the end of the game. But North Iowa effective on the power play, 2 for 4, so the Tauros prefer to stay off the penalty kill. As North Iowa gets the offensive zone draw poked back into their own zone. Batten pressuring behind the Bulls' net. Puck pinned up along the boards. They'll dig Uhala in there for the Tauros. Batten frees it up. We'll send it towards the center of the ice. Chip. There's a one-timer sent in by Hagstrom. Hagstrom creates some havoc in front of the net off the one-timer from the blue line. Both teams now digging far side corner. Hannison will free up the puck and fan on a shot. Good opportunity there. Tauros still lurking. A coin to Hagstrom. Hagstrom fires one that's gloved and held for a whistle by Jack Hirschhorn. So let's take another look at Hagstrom as he fired one in far side along from the blue line, I should say. So the draw will come to Hirschhorn's right side. Small out there with Spencer, Coyne, Mahler, and James. James will get the puck off the faceoff, carried along the far side boards. James skates in. Both teams hacking at this one. A Coyne will tip it back down. Small tried to get a hold of that one. He was held up along the boards, so the Bulls will turn this one back down ice as puck will find its way off the pad of Mazinko. Bard will fire one on net. Tipped wide left. Mahler behind the Toro net. Small also in there. Mahler frees it up. He'll skate down the ice. Long pass to Spencer. Spencer now pass to a Coyne is that will just be whistled for an offsides. Spencer was looking for a Coyne along the near side across into the offensive zone, but we'll get an offsides. Offsides are brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. 12:29 to play here in regulation. North Iowa had two in the second period after the Tauros jumped out to a 2-0 lead. They tied things up. Then Tauros pulled back out in front before that second intermission. 3-2. North Iowa responds as Tabulis in the offensive zone throws one wide of the net. Marvin Cordes and Dress will touch up on that one as North Iowa turns back up ice. As Kim goes to Hodis. Hodis back to Kim near side corner. Ingstrup controls that one. He'll give it to Dress to Ingstrom. Marvin Cordes skates in offensive zone. That's Tabulis, On that one, Crawford behind the net. Feeds it near side to Weirin. Weirin in the neutral zone, cross ice. Kim will find Weirin. Weirin hits the back of the net, beats Mizenko top left corner. 2 unanswered goals here for the Bulls is good for a 4-3 lead. Once again, good passing in the offensive zone results in scoring. It's Weirin. His first goal on the weekend, 5th on the season, 9th total point. Tauros now will face a 1-goal deficit. Get another look at this one. Tic-tac-toe passing finds Twine. North Iowa will have their first lead of the weekend in the middle stages of this third period. Puck is down. We are back underway. Quick icing off the draw. Draw will come back out into the Tauros zone. Kim with his 3rd assist and Cash Crawford with his 5th assist on that last goal. So the Bulls continue to close the gap despite getting outshot by 6 here in this one. Bulls once again working in the offensive zone, fed near side to McIntosh. McIntosh across the ice to Crawford. Crawford will control at the blue line. He nearly trips over his own skate, but he'll backhand feed this one in as Deemer was in front of the net. Bulls control this one across the blue line. Funk will jump in there. Skate into the neutral zone, feed to the near side to Nichols. Nichols try to handle this one around McIntosh. Tauros cross ice to Ingstrup. Ingstrup far side corner. Miller in there. His 2-on-2 battle is freed up. McIntosh gets the puck around the net of Hirschhorn. Hirschhorn has stopped quite a few, especially in that second period. A lot of good saves. It's definitely been a factor in this one. We'll get a whistle here with 10:43 to go. Puck went up and out of play. So the draw will come back out in the neutral zone. Yahala beyond the draw for the Tauros. Yuhalo Hannison line with Batten, Ingstrup, and Mahler. Tauros win the draw in the center of the ice. Ingstrup off the near side boards. Yuhalo will pick it up in the offensive zone. He tries to work it towards the direction of O'Hannison. Bulls poke this one out. Mizenko out of his net will just throw this behind his own net. The Bulls do a nice job picking that one up as a puck is thrown towards the net. Mahler and Osborne will battling it in front. Maltino will pick it up against the far side boards. Quick shot on net goes off. Mizenko. O'Hannison will pick up the rebound and bring it around the net. Tauros trying to hack it out in the neutral zone. Eventually they will. O'Hannison will pick it up as he crosses the blue line. Yahala out there. O'Hannison fires one on net. Goes off the chest of Hirschhorn. Puck still in front of the net. Eventually poked free. Hagstrom with the one-timer. Glove and save made by Hirschhorn. As that could very well be the save of the night for Jack Hirschhorn. Lays out and gets a glove on that one. Get another look. There's nothing you can really do about that one if you're the Tauros. Got a really good shot. Hagstrom sent it in. And Hagstrom, one of those guys with just a laser shot. I mean, really from anywhere on the ice, his shots are tough to get a handle on. Hirschhorn does so, though, as the Bulls will control a defensive zone draw. Send it back out in the neutral zone. Bulls now working out of their own zone. It's thrown far side to Hodis. Hodis to Klauscher. Klauscher will skate in the neutral zone. Good hustle there by Suzuki as he tried to get a stick on a puck. Will go back up and out of play. 9:39 remain in regulation. North Iowa continues to close the gap. They're out shooting the Tauros 10-6 in this third period. So the draw will come to the far side in the neutral zone. Small is out there. He'll battle with Severson on the draw. Tauros win the draw. James will pick it up along the near side boards. He'll throw it in as the Tauros will dump and chase Hirschhorn out of his net. Shovel it to the near side, picked up by Klauscher. Klauscher tries to work it to the center of the ice to Severson. Severson skated just a tad bit too far in that one. Was trying to come back for it, couldn't get a stick on it. Tauros will skate behind their own net. Perot goes to Small. Small will stop and reset. Far side in the neutral zone is Spencer. Spencer tries to look to James. Good job here by Suzuki to intercept the pass. Suzuki fires one that just goes wide left of the net. Good look there for Fuji Suzuki. As Mahler will pick it up in the neutral zone. He falls to the ice. Bulls will reset. Tauros get some fresh legs out there. Mahler will settle down a puck that was shipped high up into the air in the neutral zone. Marvin Cordes gives it to Tabulis. Tabulis near side corner. Works it around the net. Marvin Cordes pursuing after a puck. As far side, Dress hits the back of the net. That will tie things up. Aiden Dress is first in a Tauros uniform. Will tie us at 4. Aiden Dress. With his 3rd point on the weekend. His 4th goal on the year. Restores the tie in this 3rd period. So back and forth we go. Good action on both behalves. And a lot of these goals, I mean, you can't even really blame the goaltenders. Aiden Dress picked up the turnover in the Bulls defensive zone and made them pay. As we're tied up at 4, back underway. Bulls will work this out of their own zone. So Chauvet along the far side. Both teams will hack at it along the boards. Ramirez will pick it up, gives it to Funk. Funk back to Ramirez. Ramirez carries it across the blue line. Hit there by Chauvet will break up the offensive zone rush for the Tauros and send it back on the neutral zone. Tauros will chip this back behind the net. Deemer in there for the Tauros. A takeaway there. Perot will fire one that's blocked by Miller. Far side along the blue line. Both teams will send 2 men into the far side corner. Their battle up against the boards. Puck's pinned up, freed up there by Nichols. Nichols tries to get something going. Funk, though, will gather a loose puck before the Bulls take it away. Bulls working out of their own zone. It's for Kodich in the neutral zone. Miller to his left. Good defense by the Tauros as they poke at that one, though. Maltino briefly had it center ice. Nichols takes it away. He'll feed Ramirez. Ramirez across the blue line. We'll leave it for James. James breaks his stick on the shot. The Bulls will chip it back in the neutral zone. 7:15 to go here in the 3rd period of play. Tui along the far side, back in the neutral zone. Ramirez will take a chop at that one as it flies high into the air. Hannison, though, with the shot that goes just wide or even maybe off. Pattis, another shot on net by Batten. Batten. Hannison as Uhala cleans it up and feeds. Tauros back on top. It's Jesse Uhala. The Tauros with their 5th goal of the game. 2nd of the period and the 4th goal in total in this 3rd period of play. Tauros back on top. Jesse Uhala, I want to say that's his 8th on the year. He keeps stacking up goals like that. It'll be hard for me to keep track. We're back underway here. Tauros control off the neutral zone draw. 6:46 remain in the period. Klauscher along the near side. He works it towards the far side of the ice to Crawford. Crawford in the offensive zone for the Bulls. Tui does a nice job batting that out of the center of the Toro net. Small in the far side corner. Tauros clear this one. Spencer skating hard, chasing after the puck. Hirschhorn way out of his net. Acoin, though, gets the puck and hits the back of the net. Tauros on top by 2. Ben Acoin. Hirschhorn was far out of his net. He tried to work it along the board. Spencer was the one who brought the pressure as Ben Acoin nets his 2nd goal of the night, 3rd of the weekend. An aggressive play there by Hirschhorn as he tried to bat that one down the ice, and 3 goals here for the Tauros as they were facing a 1-goal deficit. I'd say minutes ago, but really seconds ago, as this game has been turned on its head. So the Tauros now with a little bit of insurance up to 6:12 to go. Tauros out shooting the Bulls 32-22 as we are nearing that over-under mark of 35.5 shots on net. Bulls controlling in the neutral zone, fed to Weirin. Weirin back up top as puck's thrown towards the direction of Mazinko by Evan Johnson. Kim will get the rebound as Weirin tried to feed something through as he threaded it into some traffic. Perot will chip it in for the Tauros. Tauros get a change off as Maloney carries it into the zone. Ring it around the net as Hodis. Hodis was looking for Kim. Kim couldn't get a stick on it. A bucket is down on the ice, so. And will be sent to the bench. Back out of the neutral zone. Weirin. His pass intercepted by Mahler. Mahler back up top to Tui. Tauros working out their own defensive zone. Quick takeaway for Kodic for the Bulls, but the Tauros now on a breakaway of their own offensive zone. It's Ramirez. Ramirez with the backhanded try. Covered and held by Weirin. Or, excuse me, by Hirschhorn. So we'll try to stack up a couple replays here. It's got a lot to catch up on here. 3 Toro goals. The first coming from Aiden Dress. Dress is first on the year, but Acoin and Yahala also getting in on the scoring action here in the third period. I believe that was Acoin's. No, that was a goal. As puck is quickly chipped into Toro's defensive zone. Gibbs in the near side corner, works it up the boards to Ohannesson. Ohannesson looking to feed Batten. Stretch pass just goes wide. So North Iowa will settle it down behind their own net. Crawford will reset this offense. They'll skate back up ice along the near side. McIntosh tried to do something with that one. Deemer, though, was trailing, so the Bulls work it into the neutral zone. Ohannesson hacking at the stick of Deemer as Deemer will feed McIntosh along the near side. Tauros will go for a switch. 4:23 to go here for the Bulls. Acoin on the far side will backhand this one in the offensive zone. Bulls back to retreat and retrieve. Good pressure here by the Tauros, but Klauscher carries it in the near side. Oshove works far side corner. James in on the defense. Klauscher will dig it along the boards in the corner. Perot, though, frees up this one. Will start up ice for the Tauros. He throws it off the near side boards to Acoin. Acoin into the neutral zone. Bulls take back over in their own territory. Klauscher lost that one along the boards. Tauros take over and clear this one. That's fine by them as they lead by 2 with 3:38 to go. Neutral zone. It's small to Mahler. Mahler along the near side will ring it around the net of Hirschhorn. Hirschhorn retreats back into his net as Aiden Dress looks to control that one with a goal. Now in a Toro uniform, Tui goes wide of the net, near side corner. Both teams will dig at the boards. Puck rung around the North Iowa net. Tui are working along the far side boards as Severson will chip this into the Toro zone as the Bulls will go for a change. The puck goes the distance for an icing. Icings are brought to you by Minot's finest collision center. So the Tauros will have another offensive zone draw. We'll have the replay of those goals coming up on the Farmers Union Insurance postgame show. We're trying to sort it out. Kobe's got his work cut out for him as North Iowa had one, and then the Tauros had 3 of their own. So a lot to sort there in terms of the Tauros goal scoring in this one. Tauros working out of their defensive zone as Weirin tries to get something going. Good hack at that one by Mahler. Tauros sent it back out of the neutral zone. Dress in pursuit of this one. Crawford was skating hard on that one as he'll beat Dress to the puck. Skate back behind the net, work it near side to Weirin to Kim. Kim way up in the air as he'll chip into the far side corner. Tauros clear it back out to the neutral zone. Weirin will retrieve this one. Skate across the blue line. James laying the stick out on defense. Yahala gathers and sends it to Hagstrom. Hagstrom will tap it back towards Yahala as it'll go in the neutral zone. Gonna get a hit or player on the Toro bench, so we'll get a whistle. 2:08 to go. Toros up 6-4. As just when it looked like North Iowa was getting some momentum, they took their first lead of the weekend, courtesy of a Cole Weirin goal. Weirin's 5th goal on the year, assists from Kim and Cash Crawford, but the Toros respond in emphatic fashion. It was Aiden Dress, his 4th total goal on the year. He had 3 down with Amarillo, his first though in a Toro uniform. Then Yahala and a coin add on to the Toro lead. Toros clear this one. Go the distance for an icing. Icings are brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. So a couple offensive zone draws here for North Iowa as they try to claw their way back into this one to avoid the weekend sweep. North Iowa 4-5 on the season. 1-3 at home though, as the Toros control the defensive zone draw. They'll try to hack it along the board. Sievertson just saves this one at the blue line. He field one on net. Easy save for Mazenko. Toros clear it back down the ice. 1:35 remain. The North Iowa net is empty. Long shot there just goes wide left of the net. So Hirshhorn will stay on the bench as the Bulls will get another offensive zone draw. Yahala out there along with Hagstrom, James, Batten, and O'Hannison for the Toros. Yahala in on the draw. It's Deemer in there. Well, Deemer was in there. As Kim will come in on the draw for the Bulls. 1:40 remain. He'll tie up off the draw. Puck will eventually squirt free to the far side corner. As a one-timer is thrown through traffic. Nice job there by the Toros defense to tip it wide. North Iowa now with the extra man due to the empty net. Extra skater, I should say. Kim working along the near side. He'll throw it to Deemer. Deemer looking for a one-timer there as Kim will cut back into this Toro lead. So it'll be 6-5 with a minute and some change to go. Toros looking to hang on, but Kim with his 5th goal on the year, 2nd of the night. We'll get another look at that one. A beautiful feed as an even better shot there by Kim. A tough angle there as he was tight to Mazenko's right side. Assist on that one, I believe, is going to be credited to Deemer. So we'll come back out to center ice. Toros with a 1-goal advantage. 1:16 to go. Hirshhorn back in net for this neutral zone draw. Small on the draw for the Toros. Spencer does a nice job to hack this one in the offensive zone. That'll prevent Hirshhorn from skating straight to the bench. So the Bulls will reset behind their own net. A coin on the pressure. Small gets a stick on this one. He'll fire across the board. A coin will fire one on net off the pad of Hirshhorn. Small will hack one back towards the net. Go to the right of Hirshhorn. Bulls will carry this one back off. Hirshhorn back to the bench. Suzuki chasing after a puck behind the Toro net. Mahler in on defense. Ingstrup working along the boards as well. Puck pinned up. Klauscher is sent in along with Miller as puck is freed up, and North Iowa now working the offensive zone. Miller look for an open pass. Mahler behind the net will, I believe, give to Small. Small to a coin as puck will squirt free to the neutral zone. 23 seconds remain. Net is empty for North Iowa. Mahler in the near side corner, and Miller will fire one on net. blocked up and over. Crawford will feed back to the blue line. His puck's freed up. Spencer skating along the far side. His shot just goes wide of the net. Spencer, though, looking to feed a coin in front of the net. North Iowa does a nice job to regain possession of this one. Final few seconds of play here. Mahler controls. Horn sounds. Tauros win. Tauros sweep. A 6-5 victory here on Saturday night inside the Mason City Arena. Tauros with their second weekend series sweep. A plethora of scoring in this third period. 3 goals for each team. Tauros do just enough to escape with a win on Saturday night as they improve now to 6-3 on the season. We'll send it out for a quick commercial break and be back with the Farmers Union Insurance postgame show here on the Minotauro Network.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
And welcome back inside the Mason City Arena here. Mason City, Iowa. Tauros top the North Iowa Bulls 6-5. Good for the Tauros, 6th win on the year. As the Tauros get the weekend series sweep. As Tauros will also outshoot the Bulls for the second straight night, 34-26. We'll take a look at our scoring here in a moment. As we'll pick it up here in the third period. North Iowa took a 4-3 lead for the first lead of the weekend. Tauros respond. Aiden Dress, his 4th goal on the year, first in a Toro uniform, to tie the game up 4-4. And then Jesse Uhala with his 8th goal on the year. Assist from Jack O'Hannison. Jack O'Hannison's 10th assist on the year for the Tauros, as the Tauros then retook the lead 5-4 over North Iowa with this goal. And then as that was Uhala's goal there, and then it was Benacoin, his 2nd goal of the night, 3rd of the weekend. He came into the weekend with no goals so far this season and walks out of Mason City with 3 goals. As he caught Hirschhorn way out of his net. That gave the Tauros a 6-4 advantage. North Iowa responded with a goal, but not quite enough to pull back even with the Tauros. So like we mentioned, Tauros win 6-5, outshoot this North Iowa team 34-26. 34 falls just under the over-under. That was a really good line, 35.5. So The Four Bears winner is Austin Espy, as all the unders hit tonight. As far as the McDonald's Tauros trivia, the answer, the most points scored in a game, it was by one player. It was Keenan Lund, who had 6 points in a game against the Minnesota Wilderness, 3 goals and 3 assists. The winner of the McDonald's Tauros trivia was Cassie Wright. You can pick that up at the next Toro home game, speaking of it, quick turnaround Thursday night at the Mesa Arena, 7:05 puck drop, taking on the in-state rival Bismarck Bobcats. The Taunton Trail rivalry back at the Mesa Arena, first time in the regular season that these two teams meet once again, like we mentioned before, a rematch with the Central Cup of last year. But then Saturday night, we mentioned we'll throw it in one last time, trunk or treat, 5 o'clock, Mesa Arena parking lot, followed by a 7:35 puck drop against that same Bismarck Bobcat team. You get your tickets now. That'd be a hot ticket in town, as both these teams will collide for the first time in the regular season. But that will do it for us here in Mason City, Iowa. We got a road to hit and a sunrise to catch in the Magic City. So for Edward Neiman, Kobe Brault, and everyone back at home who make this thing go, we appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll catch you next Thursday night inside the Mesa Arena, 7:05 puck drop against the Bismarck Bobcats. Until then, saying so long.